Hi everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade. Welcome to Tag Tuesday, which is an open collab hosted by Sherry over at Turquoise Dreaming. And but I have these, I've been hoarding these, let's just be honest, I'm just going to be real. I got these, I don't even know, like ages ago, and they're just so cute. They're just these teeny tiny pre-done tags, right? And a bunch of different sizes, colors, all kinds of things, right? And I do use some, but like, they've been sitting for too long. Time to play, right? So what I decided to do was I'm going to use a page out of this book, The Natural History of Nonsense. It's a fun book to use. It has really yummy pages. I found it at my local thrift shop with no cover on it. It was just the book block. And so, and I think a couple of the pages, some of the pages in the back were missing. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is take this page and fold it just like that, roughly where the, the text line is. And see, on the last ones, I folded it from the flat side, so the flat side is down, and the curled edge is at the top. But that posed a few little issues with the sealing of the top edge, so I'm going to try it on the bottom this time. But, so there we go, and then I'm going to fold it up accordion style, making sure to line that up really nicely. And that one can basically, go all the way down. So that way you have, because that's your actual pocket. And then I'm going to flip it over and fold it again. And this one, it's totally, one of those things. It's totally up to you how you fold it, right? There we go. And your page and everything. And so what I did here is, you can see again, I folded it pretty deep, but at the same time I don't want these little tiny pockets, or tiny tags, lost in the pockets. So I don't want to, say take that all the way down to the bottom. Although you totally could, and that would give you a much deeper pocket right here. And some, maybe you want to do that because you have varying size tags, and that's, that's great. So here we are, and now obviously you can totally use it, the full piece, but what I did is I just roughly cut it in half. I didn't measure or anything. I just picked a line of text to use as my straight line and did my best, and with my little scissors that I can grab because my big scissors are not in reach, and because I just had to redo my desk. Let's just leave it at that. And for awesome reasons, but everything's not settled again yet. So this is, and then I just mounted it onto this 3x5 card, or whatever this card is, 4.5 by 6.5. These I have, what this is it's coffee stained, but then I also dribbled just a little bit. I had some alcohol inks that I had made using highlighters and stuff. And I just had little bits left in the containers, and so what I did is after I pulled it out of the coffee stain and it was drying, because I do it in huge batches, and I just dry it out on my front lawn, and I have acres, and so I just have my son mow the lawn real short, and like within a couple of days of when I'm going to do it, and then I'll just lay everything out, and I have lots of mesh stuff that I use to hold it down. Anyways, but what I did is after I laid it down outside is I just dribbled, the alcohol ink on there, and it did some really cool stuff. That's what's on this one too. So, but anyway, so that's just a regular, just cardstock weight card. Now, gluing this can be a little tricky because it's like, okay, well, I need it to be a pocket, but there's lots of folds, and how do I make it strong, and all of that. And so what I do is I put it down where I want it to help me, keep track of it. And then what I do is I pick it up right here, and I know that's my pocket opening. And so I flip it over and then go into the shallow bit along the edge and along this edge, the sides, and this edge. I'm not sure what to call it, but I hope that you guys can see what I mean. Even though words are hard right now, I don't know why. You know, it just happens occasionally, right? Go away, fly. So, yeah, fold those down, and that solidifies it a lot right there. But see, this side now is floppy, but you've got, you know, those, it's doubled up and secured, and so now what you do is you just go right along the edges, just a little bit of glue on this side, and I like to wipe it off so that way it doesn't spooge out as much. And then, okay, fold that up. Got a little wonky on me there for a second, and then open this side, and then, yeah, that glue didn't survive to use again, but that's okay. There we go. Sometimes though, if you're quick enough, you can wipe, fold, and wipe on the next one without adding more glue. So there we go. And now we've got our little pocket. And then, you know, you can take this if you have a ready-made journal and just put that on the page. But I don't have, well, I do have 50 million journals, but I also wanted to make this accessible for people who don't work directly in their journal. And so now we have this lovely piece, and you can, like I said, mount it wherever, however, but how I mounted it was, again, I flipped it over, keeping my finger on the spot that I want to be the opening. And I'm going to mount it like a pocket, but you could totally just glue it down. You know, I would not recommend putting it as a side pocket. Hang on, I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Try to get it laid down because I don't want to miss my glue window. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I would, if you're going to make this little shelving, this little tiny tag piece here into a pocket itself, I highly recommend doing it from the top, because from the edge you have those ridges, you know, that you would be interacting with. And so I think that's, you know, and so you can see how this detail of this curled, you know, edge, how different it looks on this one where it's up versus this one where it's down. See, to where this one where it was up, I felt like I had to, you know, decorate this bottom quite extensively and close up that edge and all that, to where this one, I totally feel like I can just leave that. I don't need to do anything else to this pocket, which that's cool on a level. But I do want to add some washi tape, because, you know, why not? Like, why have washi tape if you're not going to play with it? And so here we go. And I've got the purple background, so I'm going to make sure to pull out the ones that work with that. And this particular bit of washi tape has a lot of stick to it, so I'm not going to worry about running it over my glue stick. But that is an excellent recommendation if your washi is, you know, low tack. I mean, it is a low tack tape, so a lot of it could really use, if you want it to be permanent, you want to make sure it stays, then it's a good idea to run it like across a glue stick like this, or, you know, some sort of permanent, adding a little bit of permanent glue of some sort. So there's that. And let's see, I have a bunch of skinny ones. I was a little disappointed with the packs that I got, because, see, I have this deal with myself, because hoarding definitely runs on my family. Okay, this is just I have a fact I have to accept about myself. And, you know, my family history and whatnot. And so one of the ways I manage that and still allow myself to be a messy crafter, because I'm totally messy. But messy, you can be messy and still be organized. I know this seems contradictory. Contradictory? That's not the word. contradictory. That's the word. But they're really not, because you can be. And one of the ways that I mitigate that is that, like, for the washi tape, I have this wood box, right? That's it. If the washi tape won't fit in that wood box, then I don't get it. That's how I manage that you know, the impulse spending, because if I don't have any place to put it, I'm not going to buy it. You know? Helps me manage those hoarding tendencies, because like there's so much pretty washi tape out there, right? Like, it's ridiculous. So of course I want more. But okay, so here we go, and I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this one a little bit more simple. I'm not gonna add quite as much, but I did want to go ahead and add this secondary pocket up here with one of my lovely butterflies. Let's see, do we want that one? Definite maybe. Definite maybe. I should have dug through here before turning on the camera. That would have been good. There we go. I like that one better. I think that's the same type of butterfly. I actually just like the size of it better. It's just a little bit wider. That's what I like about it. Not the type of butterfly per se. Oh. Nope, that's not one. Okay, so now I'm just going to, that was kind of a lot of glue, but run this glue in a small bead right around this outside edge, and again I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it down so it doesn't, you know, come out over the edges as much when you take that time to go ahead and knock it down. And that also gives you a chance to, especially on a shape like this, you can really guide where the glue goes, so that way there doesn't form that a weird little pocket down there or anything like that. So here we go. I'm just gonna eyeball, you know, roughly center, and there we go. And then I like to kind of massage it in for just a quick second. Yeah, and that also, any of the little bits of glue that do go ahead and come out with this Fabrifix, it's really nice because it just kind of, if you go ahead and take that time to massage it right away, you can see how it's just coming off in this little bit of, it almost looks like eraser to me, you know. So here we go. And then I'm going to give that a second before I go ahead and fill it, because there is places where the tags, especially on this one, if you slipped a tag in right now, you could glue it into place, and we don't want to do that, right? So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. And you just take this piece and just install this onto a journal page, and of course you can install this in any number of ways. You could add the glue, you know, like so, and have it be a tuck spot. You could make it, put the glue in that U shape to the side, to the top, either side, top, bottom, you know, create it however you want to do it. Take this and run with it. And thank you so much, and I will see you guys again soon.